I wanted to do something fun, something where I could be engaged with the community, and I love customer service and people.
Sure.
And getting to know people. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to open this and I'm going to make it work, and I'm going to make it a destination. You don't just come in and grab and go. You come in and we want to know your name. We want to know about your family. We want to give you the best quality product that we can possibly get. We want to change it up.
Yeah.
We want to have fun with this. This place gets loud and crazy on the weekends. We're busy.
Welcome back to our episode of Connections. I'm Glenn Gould with Dry Cleaning Connection, and today we're with our friend Audrey Stein. Audrey and her family own Cleaver Cork here in Sharpsburg. And I got to tell you, if you haven't been to this store, if you're a foodie, man, you need to come down. I know that Sharpsburg doesn't sound like the place to be for fine meats and other things, but I think you're going to find out today that you're going to want to take a trip down here. If you're not in the area, it's a really easy drive down 85, just straight down McCullum-Sharpsburg Road, and you're right there. So we'll get to know a little bit about Audrey and her business. So Audrey, if you would just, first of all, thank you so much for doing this today with us. And
Thank you.
Thanks for being a client, obviously. We appreciate that too. But tell us a little bit about how this place was born and why Cleaver Cork.
So this place was born because we own the distribution company
Okay.
and cutting facility, and we service a lot of high-end restaurants in the city, Georgia, and out of state. And when people found out that we had the processing facility, they wanted to eat what we were eating at home.
Right.
So I started selling people product out of my garage fridge.
Yeah.
And so I said, you know what, I think if we build it, they will come. And so I built it. And they are coming, and they are still coming.
That's
so
great.
We're almost 2 years in now. My husband and I are owners of Revere Meat Co., which is the cutting facility. And this is mine. This is Cleaver Cork. I was wanting to kind of go back to work. I don't want to work at the plant with my husband. And I wanted to do something fun, something where I could be engaged with the community, and I love customer service and people.
Sure.
And getting to know people. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to open this and I'm going to make it work, and I'm going to make it a destination. You don't just come in and grab and go. You come in and we want to know your name. We want to know about your family. We want to give you the best quality product that we can possibly get. We want to change it up.
Yeah.
We want to have fun with this. This place gets loud and crazy on the weekends. We're busy.
Well, it's actually, by design, it is a little loud. It is kind of, it has an energy about it, which makes it nice. I know that every time I've been in here, you know, you've got somebody in here. We just had a gentleman in a second ago looking for a bottle of wine, and he didn't leave with just that. That's for sure. So
went out with a box.
That's right. Went out with a box as well. Tell me just a little bit, because you mentioned that you own the Revere Meat Co., and that, you know, some of the finer restaurants serve your products. And so I guess that means that if we come in here, we can serve our family the same quality product. I don't know that we're going to be as good a chef, but we might learn something about that too, right?
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about that.
So the quality of the products in the store are going to be prime and Wagyu. So we're only doing high-graded products. We are a different opportunity of purchasing because of how we control purchasing at our plant. So we have boutique places that we will purchase from there. So we have dry age and wet age. So at the plant, we have a dry age room and a fresh seafood processing room. And in that, we will do 45 days of age on our wet product. So you automatically get the tenderizing and the decadent steak that you're going to have at Bones or Chops or Rathbun's or any of those folks.
Right.
And then our seafood is all individual wild caught. We can trace the fish to the boat to the captain.
Wow.
Our dry age program will be 75 days, and it's dry. So it's fun. It's a nutty, pungent steak. You can't find that anywhere.
Right.
And that was part of opening here is we only have such a few choice to go out and buy a quality dinner.
Right.
Now you can come to Cleaver Cork and you can purchase it, take it home. You can cook it to your temperature. You can take your time. You can get your sides. You can get 3 bottles of wine and you can afford it.
Right.
and you're going to have dinner possibly with the best service, no COVID issues.
That's right.
And also in your pajama pants if you want.
There you go. And, obviously to go out to a fine restaurant, we love doing that. And
Yes.
people still do and should. But if we didn't discover anything, we certainly discovered during this past couple of months that you can't really count on anything other than what we can control ourselves. So if you can come in here and get world-class meats and other items and take them home, like Audrey said, you can really have a world-class meal at home, and you don't have to spend an arm and a leg for it. I will say, I want to know one thing. You mentioned Wagyu.
Yes.
And I don't know anything about this stuff,
Yeah.
so educate me a little bit on that.
So we do. We have 2 different Wagyu products that we offer. And my everyday steak is a domestic Wagyu, which is a 50-50 crossbreed between an Angus and a Wagyu cattle. That cow is fed for 500 days. So it becomes this immensely marbled, tender, uber rich. And I'll have 3 cuts of those here every week. And then we go into the Japanese A5, which we actually are running for Labor Day, believe it or not. We just sold through an 18-pound loin in the last 2 days, and it's a A5. So that product is fed for 1,000 days. It comes with a nose print from the cow.
Oh my gosh.
It's fed Sapporo beer. It's massaged. And it's just a fantastic, fun thing. And it's people will ask, how much do you want? You can buy a pound, you can buy a quarter of a pound.
Right.
But it's very decadent. There's, I don't think, any words that really describe what it is when it's in your mouth.
Yeah.
But it is fun to try, and we run it as a feature periodically. We did it for the holidays. We did it for Father's Day, and we're doing it for Labor Day.
Okay, so obviously protein is a big thing around here. But tell us about some of the other products that you have.
So my goal is to find fun things all the time and really clean. I like to support Georgia as much as I can, but my goal is always to have as clean as possible. So when I'm searching for things, I don't want salt or sugars up front. I don't want all these additives in our food. We don't need it. And most of my items in the store are that. It's like finding Lane's barbecue seasoning. It's a fantastic product that does not leave its ingredients with salt or sugar.
Right.
And then it doesn't have any additives. So it just tastes like it's what it's supposed to taste like. And so that's my goal. And I love to find new things and keep my customers on their toes. That's what keeps them coming back in. And once they get back in, they take their time and go through the coolers and the freezers and the shelves, because we're always looking for new items.
Sure. All right. So if you had to mention something here that, maybe most people would not even think of trying.
Yes.
But you got to try this.
So we've got a lot of those.
Well, I know, but pick one or two.
So I guess I would have to tell you about our exotic freezer.
Right.
Because that changes. And we're going to have anything from alligator in there to elk, tenderloins, rabbits, octopus tentacles. And now that is one thing. We sell a pre-cooked octopus tentacle that is frozen. You thaw it out. You can quickly sear it on the grill, and you've got a beautiful appetizer. And it's fun. And it's great for salads. But yeah, that's the thing to look for.
Cool. Here. So going back a little bit, and obviously, once again, we're with Audrey Stein at Cleaver Cork here in Sharpsburg. And if you haven't ventured down this way, if you've just joined us, go back, because you want to hear some of the stuff that they do here. But let's go back to the idea about starting your own business, and I know that you're already a family business. Rivera Meat Co. is a big family business.
That's correct.
It's not a little thing; it's a big concern. Yeah. And then to have this, which is very extensive, but also a small business.
Right.
How does that dynamic work at home?
That dynamic actually doesn't work too badly. I didn't ever think I could make that happen, but it is good. Yeah. It does work. We hope to keep expanding. So we had to figure out how to work together.
Yeah, your husband's named Chad, right?
That's correct.
And I've seen Chad in here.
Yes.
He works in here.
He likes to come
every
here.
once in a while. He's the employee, right?
Yeah, he's the employee. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He works on Saturdays. He loves to come in here, and he misses it when he doesn't. And our customers are like our family members.
Right.
We know them, and we've got folks that come in on Saturday and don't go. They don't leave because they want to see what's going on, or they want to share what they cooked or pictures of what they've cooked. And so he really gets engaged with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the fun job.
Sure.
Revere is a big job.
Yeah. And now you're opening a new store, I hear.
I am.
Yeah,
We
let's hear
are
about
so
that.
excited about it. So we are opening Cleaver Cork number 2, downtown Noonan at 9 LaGrange. I'm hoping to be open at the beginning of November, so watch for us down there.
Okay. And is there a plan for maybe an expansion of Cleaver and Cork outside of just a little business?
There's been a lot of mention and a lot of questions, and didn't know that when I opened it, but it looks like it might be headed that way.
Yeah, that's one of the great things is when you find something that works. It's so unusual to have that experience, and then to have people start to want to know, hey, can we try this? Can we go elsewhere? And you just don't know where it's going to take us. We're about to have a client walk in, so I'm going to wrap up with one final question, and that is, if you were to talk to somebody and tell them, the difference between the quality of the product you have here and what's available to us, and please, we love our big box superstores that provide us with our groceries, but sometimes there's a better option.
That's correct.
If you could kind of in a nutshell explain the difference.
So the first thing I would like to tell any of my customers is, if you haven't tasted it, we have no hormones, no antibiotics in any of our products. We also have no pump. So when you go to the grocery store and you buy pork and you buy chicken, so that's your chicken breast.
Oh, I know what you're about to
chop,
say, I'll bet.
You've got a saline solution that is injected into that product to make it tender.
Right.
So that doesn't exist here. That saline solution could be salt water, it could be added colors, it could be
I see phosphorus in chicken or something like that.
Right, and so we don't have any of that. Our animals, our pigs and our chickens, are raised on the same farm for their entire lives. They don't ride down the highway petrified. And it makes a huge, huge difference in the finished product.
Yeah.
The eating experience changes immensely. So we have none of that stuff going on. Our chickens aren't on an expedited growth program. Our chickens are the size that chickens are supposed to be.
I saw something about that recently too, yeah.
Yeah, so, and that's it. And that's what we stand behind for everything. I'm not going to say our stuff is organic. It's humanely raised. It is sourced properly, and it is managed properly.
Great. So one of the great things about a store like this, aside from the wonderful people that own it and work here and the opportunity it gives to the community, is that you can come here and learn about stuff that you just, you're embarrassed to ask elsewhere. I don't know what Wagyu beef is, but I learned today. And, you can come in here and you can find out what really, is going on with our proteins when they're being raised. You can try something you'd never get to try before. Don't do that at a restaurant. You have to send it back. But
or pay a fortune and not enjoy it.
Exactly. So this is a great place. You ought to come down to Cleaver and Cork here in Sharpsburg, and we'll put a link in our video to you.
That would be great.
And I just want to thank you so much for spending some time with us today. Folks, come on down, learn about what there is here. I think you're going to be stunned at this awesome store and the wonderful selection that the Steins have here. Again, thanks so much for being with us, Audrey.
Thank you,
Have a
Glenn.
great afternoon.
I really appreciate you taking the time to do this and supporting small local business.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
It takes a community to raise a business.
It surely does, no doubt. Thanks.
Thank you.